Hello, and thank you for watching. Without you, there is no show. Okay, look, this is for those who can and who want to do more. You can support the channel further. Look in the description below. You have options. I always suggest the membership program because it is the most affordable option, but you pick the one that fits you best. But the second most important thing is the importance of you liking the video, subscribing, and all that good stuff pushes my algorithm forward. Comment, interact. It helps me a ton. So thank you regardless of how you spin it. I get so excited every time there is a Sarah Boone update. And you know what? I thought about why, and I have an answer. And I think the reason, I know the reason why I get so excited about Sarah Boone's updates is because two things. The first one is she believes that she's going to go out and be free. She believes that she literally going to go outside and go home and take a nap and have a nice drink. And then the second reason is because she's in tune with what the media says. Oh, look at that. I'm part of the media. I'm important. She's in tune into every video content about her. Maybe she can't access the internet, but someone in her camp, someone is in cahoots and relates to her all the information. So look, to whoever is on Sarah Boone camp, if you listen to me, which I'm sure you are, listen to me very closely, all right? She's going to go to jail. Are you out of your mind? You must be completely insane to think that she is going to go out to the mall and have a cocktail. You are absolutely crazy. But because you're delusional, let's feed into your delusion and watch this video. Make sure you press like though. Okay, look. If you're new here, I'm Alistair Hanzekyo, and this is just my point of view. Let's go. So there is, she appears in court again. We're going to dissect this court appearance in two parts. Let's go to part one first. Let's look at her body language, okay? Let's go. Nice haircut. Very well groomed. And as presentable as she can be. Very intense stare. And very intentional. Almost defiant. Almost as if she's like, I'm here. I'm finally here. And I'm going to tell you what that is. Right? There's no ounce of humbleness into this. She comes in, again, like I told you, in her mind, she believes that she is completely innocent and that she has been done wrong. And she's here fighting for her right to go and have another drink. Yeah. No ounce of remorse, no nothing. In her mind right now, George, it's not even a forethought. It's everything. Nice forehead. It's everything to do with the moment. And her letters. She's extremely upset that her letters appear not to be read. That's a lawyer speaking to her. And we're going to hear what this whole thing is about. She's aware of the camera.
If he's not yet been convicted.
So she's aware of the camera. That, to me, tells me a lot. So she's going to put on a show. Right around the end there, she took notice of the camera. And she understands that we are here for you, Sarah. We're here, and we're going to talk about it. There's no ounce of remorse. Every fiber of her being is that of defiance. She walks into that courtroom knowing exactly, like in her mind, she's better than the judge. She's going to go in there and be like, I'm going to show them who I am. I'm Sarah Boone, and I've been done wrong. Finally, this is my moment to tell them how wrong I've been. Everybody look at me. I've been done wrong. I'm innocent. I didn't do it on purpose. We were playing hide and seek. And then I went to sleep. That was a bad tongue pop. Oh, I've lost my trick. There you go. Okay. That was a small intro, but let me tell you why that's important. Because when you walk into a room, the energy you give when you walk into a room sets the tone to how your experience is gonna be like in a room. When you are, if you go and talk to your boss and you're like, today I mean business, you walk in there like, I mean business. Or if you walk into your boss, you want to talk to your boss room, you're like, oh my God, I'm so afraid. You're walking a little small. So the energy that you give off at the entrance, first impression is the most important impression. That first impression tells me right away, like, no, she's in there because she wants to cause trouble. Or at the very least, she wants to make a tongue pop. I'm here. Next segment.
2020 CF 2603. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you shall give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Good morning, ma'am. Tell me your name and your date of birth.
Sarah.
Wait a second. Are the handcuffs pink? Aha! Wait. Oh, honey, the handcuffs are pink? How cute! No, they cannot be pink. Come on, Justice Department, are we really having fun with this? I don't know. How much did that cost? Because I paid for that. What? They're pink. How cute. All right.
Boone 10-10-7-7.
All right, we're here for a status hearing on your case. Your case was set for pretrial conference back on July 12th, but as I promised you, I was going to bring you over, so whatever the things that we normally discuss at pretrial would be discussed while you were present in the courtroom. Mr. Bankwitz, in court, you previously discussed an issue with getting JAC to pay your expert, I'm going to just paraphrase, for this battered spouse defense. All right.
And they have filed a formal objection, which now has been set for hearing. I want to say September the 18th, first available time, because they have to have, they require 20 days for hearing purposes, and we couldn't get on your docket before that date.
All right. So, Mr. Cacciatore, Ms. Boone's present. Mr. Bankwitz is asking to continue the case so that we're going to have a hearing with JAC on his request for funding for a defense expert. Given my understanding of the case, that defense expert would be crucial to at least one defense that's going to be offered in case. And my understanding is you can't do anything until that expert actually is identified as a witness who's going to be called, correct?
That's correct. She has been identified.
I understand, but it's not unknown at this point whether she's going to be called, and I assume since there's no agreement as to payment, potentially there's going to be an issue with the state deposing her at this point in time.
Correct.
So that's what I meant by he can't do anything until you get to the bottom of what she's going to be paid and whether she's willing to formally accept the case. Is that a fair statement?
Semi-fair. She is formally willing to accept the case. The issue is the hourly rate. JAC hasn't changed their hourly rate for this area of expertise for over 10 years.
So, Mr. Cacciatore, the request is to continue so that that issue can be resolved. Do you have any objection to that?
No, Your Honor.
So look, long story short, the expert is like, oh, no. Who are you? Oh, you're Mr. Bankowitz? Oh, who's the alleged murderer? Oh, is it Sarah Boone, the very popular and famous woman who put her boyfriend in a suitcase? Is it her? Ooh, look, I got bills to pay. You see this building? Please, rent went up. No. My rate is going up. Excuse me, I would have done the same. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Here's the thing. That expert was like, and matter of fact, to tell you even more, look, Mr. Banquist have been begging and looking for experts. I would have done my research, and I would have found that out also, and I would have jacked the price. I got bills to pay and kids to feed. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I think the government needs to be a little more wake up its girls, the brain cells, their girls. Wake up your girls and figure something out, because I would have taken advantage of that as well. Of course, I got kids to feed, a retirement to plan, and I don't know, school to pay. So the expert is like, no, dears, I'm no longer $500 an hour. I'm $1,000 an hour. Oh, you don't want this? All right, then keep walking. Yeah, Mr. Banquist is not, and the state, and the whatever, is not in a position of negotiating power. I agree with that expert 1,000%. Charge as much as you can, and of course, one of the things that the government is going to ask, like, well, how do you justify that? I said, I'm not to justify anything. Please, people think, and this is why I think government needs to have a tighter grip on things. Yes, because people think by just having, like, you know, the government says this, honey, just get a lawyer and tell them to write something that corresponds to that and circumvent that. Yeah, it's not that hard. It's not that hard to just dodge a government bullet. Yeah, but pay your taxes though. Now that bullet you can't dodge. Pay it. Can I go on a tangent really quickly? Just because my brain is stuck on the taxes again. Let me go on a tangent. You know, I'm a very laissez-faire kind of person. I really am. I'm not that difficult of a friend. I'm not that difficult of a lover. I'm not. I'm very easy. I'm very easy. Where am I going with this? Hold on one second. So with the taxes, and I remember a friend of mine, you know, he has his own business, and he was playing around not paying his taxes, and I said, listen, I don't want to know about this, because there's two main things in my circle of friendship, well, three, that I cannot tolerate. One of them is, of course, don't be a murderer, because I will call the police. I tell that, like, if I know you did something wrong, FBI, I know who it is. If I see your face on the TV, FBI, I know who it is. And then, yes, sorry. And then the second thing is, pay your taxes. IRS, I know who it is. Pay your taxes, because your taxes help us. Pay your taxes. And the third thing, infidelity. Oh, honey, look, you do whatever you want. As soon as I know you're unfaithful, like, I'm judging you, but I'm going to hang out less and less and less with you until you sort out your situation, and then we can get back together and being friends. Yeah. Why did I go on that tangent? I have no idea. Please, welcome to my show. Let's continue.
I'm going to grant the request to continue under the circumstances. What's the hearing date that we're currently working with, Mr.
I want to
Banquist?
say September the 18th, Judge.
That sounds like what my JA told me as well. For control purposes, I'm going to set the case for my September 20th pretrial, October 2nd trial period, with the understanding that we can potentially address pretrial. And I understand that you're unlikely to tell me that you're ready to try this case on October 2nd, regardless of what happens to the 18th.
Correct.
But I just want to have the case scheduled close in time to the 18th, so we can address them at the same time.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Have a good
That
day.
is the order of the court. Ms. Boone, you'll be returned to the Orange County Jail while Mr. Banquist continues to prepare your defense. All right?
Judge Boone.
So, first of all, the way she looked at the room and at us, she's not happy with that decision, because Sarah Boone in her mind believes she cannot stay a single extra day in that cell. So the judge was like, okay, everybody go home, try to figure out how to get this person paid, and then come back and we'll deal with you, Sarah Boone, later on. Okay, back to your cell, woman. And she was very pissed about that. She was very mad. She even looked at us as mad as she is, because she's trying to control this image. It must be hard to be a narcissist. Can you imagine worrying about what everybody else thought of you every single time? My God, what a mind fudged. Yeah. Can you imagine? What a headache. I love the pink thing. What a nice touch. Okay, I changed my mind. Tax dollars, perfect. Mm-hmm.
Hold on one second. Ms. Boone, I've addressed pretrial. I've brought you over. I'm going to give you a moment if you want to share something else with me, but that's what I needed to address today.
The judge is pissed. And the judge is saying, listen, this is my court. My court. Prisoners, let me tell criminals and prisoners, you think you commit a crime, and I understand, innocent until proven guilty, but this is why you don't even touch the sphere of criminality, because you are so restricted. No, Boone, get out of here. I don't want to see you. You're only here for this. Yeah, criminals, stop complaining. Don't complain.
And I've got other matters that I need to address in short order, so.
I understand, and I'm grateful for your time. I had previously sent you a letter, and it has not been uploaded, but it was made an announcement to the courtroom during my pretrial that you do have it, and I was wondering why and if it will be uploaded, because I have another copy of it that I would like to hand deliver to you today.
I don't know why it has not been uploaded. I'll have to talk to my JA about that. If you want to give me another copy, that's fine.
Yes, please.
All right, go ahead and just tender.
Ooh, attitude, girl. Attitude.
To one of the deputies. And actually, any objection if I just have the clerks scan it here in open court?
Yes, please. And do I normally get a copy? I haven't gotten one. I'm sorry.
Well, it'll be filed in the case.
If it's uploaded, Judge, I can make a copy and take it to her.
Okay, all right,
Yes, please. If that would be okay, I would like to have that one uploaded. It's revised.
okay. And what I had directed my judicial assistant was to disclose this to the attorneys. Again, to a great extent, when I read the original, you've covered a great deal of ground that we've covered in open court on multiple occasions about the method and manner of communication. Having read the original letter, I did not believe there was any additional action that I needed to take, which is why I didn't take any action on that letter. All right? So to be filed, Ms. Boone will be returned to the Orange County Jail.
Bye.
Pending further orders.
Bye, girl.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye. Look. Oh, she can't stop looking at us. Let me tell you why looking at us is very significant. Because she is aware that we're talking about her. And she's embarrassed. Simple as that. Let me tell you something. If I was innocent and I was like, first of all, very unlikely, 99.999% chance I won't be a criminal. Unless you hurt someone I love, then, maybe I have to go and delete you. Sure. But if I see your camera and I'm innocent, honey, I'm like, I'm innocent. I didn't do it. What? I'm not. What? Forget image. I'm crying, begging. I wouldn't do that because my defense lawyer would be like, Alistair, shut the F up and sit down. Okay, yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wouldn't be looking around the room. I'd be staring at my lawyer. Yeah. I talk so much shit. I do. Because I've been in court with a defense lawyer, and listen, it was me, my lawyer right here. I won, by the way. But anyway. Before we get to court, we have a very thorough meeting. I ask all my questions. I come in, I'm a note person. I come with my notes, and I have can I get up and I think I can show you now. 1 second, let me show you. Okay, it's too far. I have to get up. No, too far. Anyway, I have my little suitcase. And my notes, please. And we have a thorough meeting where I ask all the questions I need to ask. And contingencies, it's very thorough. I'm a thorough man. And when we get there, no, I don't talk. I just look. I have my notes right here. And I have the bullet points. No, it's a team effort. It's a team effort. And I follow the lead of the professional. Yeah. One of the compliments my lawyer said to me was like, wow, you are the most prepared client I ever had. I said, thank you, because I got too much to lose. No, we're not sleeping. You're not sleeping, then I'm not sleeping. We have too much to lose. Anyway, let's move on to the next segment. Let's listen to what's in this letter. Sarah Boone, what did you write? What did you write? What did you write? What did you write? Mm-hmm. So look, let me scan through this letter because there's something significantly different about this, right? Pay attention. Pay attention. Look how unkept this letter is compared to the other ones. The penmanship in Sarah Boone is very well spoken on paper. There's a lot of highlightedness. There's a lot of boldness. There's a lot of streak. There's a lot of big letters. She is writing frantically, angrily, with desperation. But there's also something else that I've noticed right off the bat from opening this document. And I haven't read this letter, but right here at the top left corner, it says hand delivered in bold and highlighted, and with the date 7/21/23. This, look, I'm a king of reading between the lines. I do that for a living. I have to guess people's intentions for a living. This right here, it tells me that these letters from the beginning are addressed to us, never to the judge and never to the lawyer, and explain to you why. At the court that we just saw, she was very adamant at the fact that, hey, this letter was not uploaded. Why was it not uploaded? I give it to you. Why is it not uploaded? Why is the upload so important to Sarah Boone? Because the upload, she can't access the upload. The only person who has access to uploads is us, the public. The letters that are being sent to the judge and the lawyer are private communications, sure, but it's uploaded for us to get a window as to what's going on. Sarah Boone has always been talking to us through her letters, not to the judge and not to the lawyer. Because she wants to make sure by putting this date that we identify the correct letter. This top left corner is for us to identify that we are actually reading the correct letter in question. Sarah, let me tell you how that changes my perception of you now. You're quite stupid. I was giving you a lot of credit for your penmanship and your expression on paper, but because now that I know you was addressing us this entire time, you are an idiot. I'm going to tell you why you are an idiot, the utmost idiotic person. Because if this is addressed to us, your first letter, the first paragraph, you should have taken into consideration this person, because you addressing us is your attempt to change a public opinion. We don't care about your plight. We don't care about your plight. The whole world saw what they saw. Someone in a suitcase suffocating for their life. We don't care about your life, Sarah Boone. So how do you get antennas to pay attention? Humbleness. Humbleness. And how do you humble? You acknowledge the life that's lost to begin with. That would start to turn the wheel of people paying attention and listening. You have no people skills. Listen, criminals, stay in school. Critical thinking is a skill that is learned. It's not something that you're born with. It's something that you learn. It's a skill. You have to practice it. You have to keep doing it or you lose it. She has no critical thinking and she has no idea on how to deal with other human beings. And also, she has no concept of consideracy. If she has a little bit of just one of those things, she would have understood. The decent thing to do is to say, I'm sorry, someone's dead. The power of saying sorry. Try it. Idiot. So let's go through this idiot letter because she's talking to us. What do you have to tell us? All for your review, critique, and judgment. understanding, highlighted, try it. No, I'm not interested. I'm not interested, Sarah. I'm not interested in trying to understand what you have to say to me. Clarify, especially when you're condescending. So what does clarify mean, everybody? To become or make clear. Woo! Clarify. Clearness per the Webster Dictionary. Okay. All right. I can't even breathe. I can't even breathe. Okay. How do you spell clarify? C-L-A-R-I-F-Y. F-Y. Sarah, really? Really? Okay, now we know what clarify means. Let's continue. Okay, look, I'm going to read this paragraph by paragraph. It's a very long letter, and I've learned my lesson last time for talking too much because my editing would just eat me up. So let's read the paragraph and then I'll comment. Where do I even start? Through the officer/inmate grapevine. And the letter I received from my fan mail, and usually the only way I find anything out regarding my case, since there is no communication from my current attorney. Now, 10 weeks more of complete silence, and yes, my sixth attorney, which I will clarify momentarily. Interesting. Sixth attorney. I was made aware my last letter was featured on the news locally, realistically meaning globally. Apparently, my very legitimate, lawful, real questions and concerns I ask, and I'm still caused a stir on top of the already engulfing whirlpool my case has become and made out to look like, which it is not. Hence my previous questions from said letter. I'm trying to protect and maintain my truth, which no one knows, since no one else will, however I can, and keep some of the illicit ugliness at bay, mismanagement at its finest, in everything. I never struggled to read her letter before, so she is really, really writing this out. I have the gist of what she's trying to say. First of all, she telling us sixth attorney highlighted. Okay, is Mr. Bankiewicz about to be fired? All right. Second thing, fan mail. So people really, really out here. You guys, you support her? You really co-sign on this? Are you serious? You really co-sign on this? Are you out of your mind? Listen to me very, very, very closely, because that speaks volume if you're not able to see. I'm being polite. I'll get canceled. Listen to me. This man was begging for his life. Begging. Sure, he pulled her hair. Sure, he punched her in the face. Sure, you could fill in the blank of what he did. He begged for his life. You know what she could have done? Many options. She could have called 911. She was so threatened. 911, help me. Okay, I put him in the suitcase. Come get him. He threatened me. There were so many more options. So many more options. If anything, because he was trapped in the suitcase, he was no longer a threat. Really? Really? You were giving her a pass for that? Okay, fine. Fine. How'd you explain the whole tumble down the stairs? How'd you explain the fact that she literally played with him, punched him, pummeled him? You know how it is, please. You think she just tumbled him down the stairs? You don't think she gave a little kicks and punches there? Get out of here. How'd you explain that? Are you co-signing on that? Really? I am baffled. I am absolutely shocked. She may be a drunkard. She may be like a most horrific woman. It gives her no right to kill someone. What? George could have been a complete asshat. It doesn't give her the right to torture him like that. Especially when it was not a domestic violence / protection self-defense situation. No, he went there to have fun with his on and off girlfriend with a dysfunctional relationship. It's different if you're coming there with a weapon and trying to, end her. Fine. But he went in there with the fun. Fine. You You put him in a suitcase. You tricked him. Then what do you do next? I don't know. You call 911. This is premeditated. And listen, you Sarah Boone fans, you do a little more research and you would understand that George was not the only one that was domestically violent towards her. She was actually the main perpetrator. I told you, I did a video when I looked into, with George and the victim, I looked into his cases. He doesn't have that many. Of course, he's not the best guy, but he's not as abusive as you might think. There was hardly that many domestic situations. It was her. I cannot believe I cannot believe it. Fan mail. I spent too long on this paragraph already. Move on. But you guys are weird. Whoever are your fans, you're weird. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Unexplainable. You know what? I don't want to hear it. Go explain it to your dog. I don't really care. Really? You co-sign on this? Have several seats. Matter of fact, get out. What? Next paragraph. Why wasn't that included at all? Why wasn't I asked prior to being highlighted so I would know what was said or asked or criticized or I could rightfully defend myself? What are you going to say? First of all, we asked you already, Sarah Boone. We asked you what happened. You said you were playing hide and seek and you went to sleep. All right? Oh no, the fan mail would say she was scared. Anyway, she was scared and she just told you what you wanted to hear. Stoops. What was so newsworthy? I am heated. I am very heated. This is just the first page. All right, listen. I need to get myself together. I'm going to take a 2-minute break. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Look at me, all newsworthy. If you're surprised at my attitude before, listen to me very closely. I am a man with many facades, and there are a few things that really, really trigger me. Number one is the level of I don't like people who are inconsiderate, especially people who are inconsiderate, like blatantly like that. It just irks me. I'm not that interested in people like that. So when I hear a criminal who is completely dismissive of this act, look, even if she was innocent, I'm sorry. Right? That just rubs me the wrong way. And people who co-sign on that, I have a problem with you. Simple as that. And I'm too old to please people. Sorry. I'm not 18. I'm 38. Anyway, back to Smile. Why wasn't I included at all? Why wasn't I asked prior to being highlighted so I would know what was said or asked or criticized so I could rightfully defend myself? What was so newsworthy? The fact that you put him in a suitcase and he begged for his life and then he's dead, allegedly. But not including me is unfair. Not at all. Not at all. Because you know what? You had the opportunity when the detective got you. You went to the police station and you had a lot to say. Nothing unfair about that. Welcome to the justice system in America. Please. You don't think people that thought about people like you complaining about not having their fair share and right in court have several seats. You have no idea who you're playing with, girl. And adds to the assumption of what everyone wants me to end up being and thinks I am. You are a alleged murderer. Period. This is wrong. Not at all. And also adds to the prejudgment of my case. Of course we're going to prejudge. This is why if you're trying to address us and change us the way we think, the first paragraph should be, I'm so sorry this person lost his life. Oh my God, what a tragedy. That will make us listen. You forget one thing, Sarah Boone. We are human beings. We're not robots. So you want to play this game, you play it right. Go to school, stay in school. All of the idiotic theories, empty opinions, so what? I'm out here drinking coffee and having a good nap on a nice bed. Have a seat. False accusations, I don't think it's false. You did kill him. Allegedly. Lawsuits are real. You're not going to get me. It's all the ignorant world knows from all the pertinent, what a nice word. You know what that means? Private case details available to everyone except me. Nobody cares about you, Sarah Boone. Have several seats. The defendant in my case, okay. How can I defend myself? You get a lawyer and you wait like everybody else. I I can't so everything gets meaner, more evil, corrupt, and out of control. This is why you don't do a crime. If you think you're going to be a criminal, come into the justice system and say, this is what I need, this is what I want, everybody do it. You're out of your mind. Matter of fact, that speaks volume to the fact that you're not in touch and in tune with how society works. Have several seats and stay in school, criminals. This is not how life works. All right? PACT Nation, teaching you criminals one day at a time how to be a proper citizen of the United States. You know what? Of the world. Next page. I believe this is what trial is for, right? Correct. You're correct. The world is supposed to learn everything about my case during the trial, right? Sarah Boone, I'm sorry to break it down to you, but this is a new world we live in. Have you heard of social media? Listen, politicians can't even hide their affairs anymore. Look, I can't even hide me anymore. Welcome to the world of social media. Nothing is secret. You know what that means? That means you cannot be an efficient criminal anymore. Oh, how terrible. I lost my line. Okay, whatever. This is not justice. All right. That's not what the law says. But you could complain. Or a system, right? All fairness has been completely removed, right? Not true. Not true. I will explain this to you why it's not true. Not because I want to, because really what a waste of time, but I'm going to educate you again. Let me tell you why the all fairness being completely removed, it's not true. Because social media falls under freedom of speech. So social media is pretty much us talking. So if I put on social media, what I'm telling you right now is as if I'm talking to a friend. What? First Amendment speech, darling, and allegedly plastered right here. There's nothing you can do. Welcome to the world of laws. This is why you don't do a crime and think you can do whatever you want. Have several seats. Nice try. So, were any of my questions answered? At this point, I don't even care. Sure. Was anything at all clarified regarding evaluations, amendment, violation, case and city protection, suppression? What's the video hit count reached now? Look at that, Sarah Boone. Is this what you care about? Someone was in the video begging for their life. You care about the video hit count? You have yet to say sorry. You have yet to say sorry, Miss Boone. My mustache is itching. Look, Sarah Boone fan. Your favorite girl has yet to say sorry to her crime. Oh, you didn't know that? Welcome to PACT Nation. Educate you one day at a time. My last letter, it was over 3 million. Oh, was it? You're not going to get a single dime of it. Oh, stupid. Stop writing. Stupid. Another one of your stupidity. Another one of your stupidity. I don't even know if no, you can't even copyright it. It's public domain. Stop talking. And then we won't make money off of it. Have several seats. 3 million views. Not me. I didn't get 3 million views, but whoever got 3 million views, that YouTube paycheck was good. How much does that shareable income make for everyone? Disclaimer, YouTube money does not cover my bills. So I didn't know, Sarah Boone, you can rest assured that I still have to keep my job. Yes. Did anyone locate my attorney or discovery? Everything everyone everywhere in the world knows has seen or listened to all of my discovery. Again, except me. I'm going to dissect this because personally I don't want to, but I feel like I have to educate the idiots. Listen to me. What she means here, all of my discovery, is what we saw. That's what discovery is. What is discovery? Figuring out what the details are. We know the details. Is there anything new that we don't know? Okay. Let me know in the comments. Please, what do we know about Sarah Boone in regards to this case? What is this discovery Sarah Boone, what is this discovery? Why are you going to tell us that it's different than what we already know? That it was not intentional, that you fell asleep, that you have no idea? What are you going to tell us? Exactement, espèce de stupide. All right, let's continue. I had to get a coffee break. Please. She wants to play. Let's play. All right, Sarah. Good coffee. Homemade. In the meantime, here's a corner piece of my convoluted puzzle. All are wondering when it will finally be put together to see what the real picture is, and also a huge disentanglement of only What? I can't even read this. Of only and what? An inkling of solve of the misunderstanding and ignorance swirling about in my case before you try wearing my slides. My slides know where they've been. I don't know what that means. Sarah Boone, you're really annoying me today, Sarah. Look, I'm easily triggered. Please. You think I don't know me by now? I know everything about myself. Nothing you could tell me that I don't know. Listen, I don't know what the paragraph was. I'm going to leave it there. You can read it. 5, 4. All right, next paragraph. My attorneys, 6. When, and as I've said numerous times in my previous letters, why not by choice? I am on my 6th attorney. Here is some clarity so everyone can finally have some understanding why my slides are so worn, but most definitely workable still. Okay. All right. So we're going to go through the list of attorneys because Sarah Boone says that it's not Sarah Boone's fault. Hey, Sarah Boone's fans, it's not her fault she put him in a suitcase and he died. Okay, that's what she wants us to tell us. All right, let's go. Attorney number 1, private attorney. This attorney sold me the world, promised exoneration, and supplied an overabundance of other continuous false hopes, so I will accept his offer to become my attorney. He had no idea what my case was going to be or what it was really about. Oh, God. Stupid people really are annoying. Sarah Boone. Number 1, a private attorney has bills to pay. So, yeah. Hey, Sarah, I can use an extra job. Yeah, hire me. Once you get the higher job and you realize that you're broke, you ain't got no money, please, it's an attorney. I got bills to pay at my standards. You're broke. So realizing you're broke, you got no money, and then I look at this tape, I'm like, no, honey, I have to work way too hard with no coins. Next, not only am I dropping you, I'm dropping you. Okay? The attorney deserted her. Look at that. Then he deserted me, his client, naive and you. Naive. Honey, the attorney deserted you because you were broke. It's too much work for no money. Look, welcome to the world. Criminals, you think this life is easy? You think you can just come in here and do what you got to do without understanding the fact that everybody here has a struggle, and you think your solution is to do criminality? I don't have your mind. Everybody here has a struggle, and nobody's solution is to be a criminal, but you. All right. Welcome to the world. You ain't got no money. You can afford a private attorney. So have several seats and be at the mercy of the state, of our tax dollars. Stupid. Anyway, 2 weeks before my first scheduled trial due, he disappears. To irreconcilable differences. Honey, this is just politely saying you're broke, you ain't got no money. Meaning I was not persuaded enough to agree with what he wanted me to say or do because it's not defensible. All right. And what happened there was no trust. There was no strategy. Are we still on the first attorney? All right. So this is Sarah Boone's idea as to why the attorney dropped her, because in her mind, she thinks that, he really... Sarah Boone, again, I take every positive thing I've said about you back. You are really a nincompoop. You're stupider than I really, really, really thought. So according to Sarah Boone, here's why the first attorney dropped her. There was no strategy, and if there was, I was never including on it. or an innumerable amount of other case defining details and questions left unanswered before going to trial. Big words, just to say nothing. Yeah. I felt he was sabotaging my case and setting me up for failure, really. Because he was telling you to do something you didn't agree? Okay. Due to his macro amount of experience, which I found out after the fact it was not disclosed prior to my acceptance of his representation. What experience do you think he's going to have? He's a defense lawyer. Experience into what? First of all, this is how you get a lawyer. Guys, education. When you get a defense lawyer, the first thing you do, okay, you go for recommendations, but you don't stop there. You have to look at their experience Analyze the firm. Please, it's homework. You look at the firm. You look at the attorney. What are your cases? What cases have you defended? What cases did you win? What type of cases did you defend? Because integrity is important. I'm telling you, if I would never hire a defense lawyer who defends someone like Darrell Brooks, never. You're not even on my radar. Do you understand? I don't care how good of a job you do. Lack of integrity means that you are, in my mind, you're not a good person. Simple as that. There's nothing I want to work with. Listen, personal opinion, but that's how you vet lawyers. You don't just go to a lawyer and open the door. You do your homework. Welcome to the real life. Sarah Boone. So, the first lawyer gets a whole page. Are you serious? Okay, I need to cool myself down. I'll be right back. All right, I'm just going to read this and comment later because otherwise I'll be screaming at you and you'll be offended. And it's okay. Please. I've dealt and I heard worse. All right. So where are we? Due to his micro amount of experience, which I found out after the fact and was not disclosed prior to my acceptance of his representation. In my micro-size care, nonetheless, when he did meet to discuss my case and I asked for updates about any progress, he would start talking to me about his client in Colombia, his clown of a sister-in-law, his nephew going to water parks, trips taken, his regrets, where he bought his gold sneakers, and many other unrelated, unimportant, time-consuming stories. Oh, Sarah. All the while in trying to figure out what's going on and why he's not answering any of my questions. You know, this is where you get it wrong. An attorney is a person. And an attorney is a relationship. There needs to be a rapport. Yes, of course, I'm not surprised your attorney is trying to have a rapport. How's your day going? Oh, you know what I did yesterday? I went skiing. It might seem insensitive because you're locked up, but he's a human being. He's allowed to chit-chat, have small talk. Yeah, I mean, a lot of my very close friends today were once clients, and they were once my attorney, my accountants. These are my buddies. What? Because eventually you get very close. You become friends. Yes. Welcome to being a human being. Consider a human being. You know, you have conversations. Oh, stupid woman. All the while in trying to figure out what's going on and why he's not answering any of my questions. Nothing was ever completed or accomplished or communicated. Building 1,000 fires waiting and needing to be put out. Before making another to be left ablaze. Oh my God. I was always ignored and in a conjuring the dreadful perpetual question mark looming still over my head. While her handwriting is giving me a headache, okay? So much I prepared an 8-page packet for Judge Wooten to provide during both court dates. Oh, I have a headache. Defending myself against my attorney, untrue, unresearched withdrawals. No one asked me, no permitted to speak my truth, to help him and the court understand my real concerns along with any carry over since day one. I was trying to avoid going through any of this again going forward. I had already been 2 or 3 years. I wanted the judge to include me and know I have signed also, blah, 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 everything. Sarah Boone, let me tell you something. I'm the perfect example as to why you're missing the mark. If this letter is addressed to us, I'm bored. I'm bored. If this, actually, not if, this letter is addressed to the public, nobody cares, except your fans. Nobody cares, but your fans are misinformed. Nobody cares. Your first attorney was a jerk. Okay, fine. Your first attorney left you. I'll tell you why. Because you had no money to pay him. It's 12 minutes in. I'm eating my time up like it's nobody's business. Sarah Boone, you are making my editing a nightmare. Let's continue. Let's go to the next attorney. Is this it? Is this it? Where am I? Page what? Oh, thank God. Okay, attorney 1 took literally all the page. Perfect. Okay, it gets easier, guys. Oh no, she still talks about attorney 1. Oh my God, are we still on attorney 1? Oh, all right. Attorney 1. Untrustworthy, unreliable, unprofessional, poor leadership, extremely unorganized, unable to have a conversation as an adult, ignore his clients, misleading, deceiving, didn't respect me enough, blindsided, over 2 years, nothing. I'm still waiting on him to release all of my case files and documents obtained and occurred during his representation, so he's lazy. What else? The information is irreplaceable, so therefore, I'm waiting for attorney 1 to release the information. Let me tell you something right now. I can tell you right now, I guarantee you the reason why the information was not released because you didn't pay him, period, point blank. Case closed. Attorney number 2. Oh, thank God. She put number 2, 3, and 4 in one paragraph. Thank you, Sarah. Public defenders appointed by judge court, blah, 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 blah. And the court repeatedly appointed me public defenders without any research or care. And after I continuously explained to each and tried to the judge, they could not represent me due to the representation of the same complaints. Okay, next page. Everyone, please look. Okay. I'm so not interested. Everyone, please look on the Orange County, Florida clerk of the court's website and see for yourself. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you this letter is for us? It's not for the judge or the thing. Oh, look, I told you. I have to guess people's intention for a living. You don't understand. I do that for a living, okay? I read between the lines. That's what I do for a living. I do this all day, every day. This is why I'm like a soothsayer. I do that for a living. Oh, I'm so glad I found it. Okay. All right. So she likes to pretend she's talking to us now. Everyone, please look at Orange County, Florida, blah, 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 blah. I am looking at it wrong, reading the context incorrectly. The mass majority of work seems to be from my correspondence. If not my letters, there's minutes, some live to view from a non-progressive like Lost to Court does stating the same. And same continues, of course, none of my comments because there's a question from any I don't trust. Just sit there, edit it like my case. Is this slide page? Oh my God, 2 more pages? I feel it important also to communicate to everyone so you understand the undertaking it is for an inmate to attend court and why it is so important to me to have progress to report. What's going on with this phone? Oh, sorry. The texts are more interesting. I feel it more important also to communicate to everyone so you understand the understanding it is for an inmate to attend court and why it is it's so important for me to have progress to report. Make the day count. We are woken up at 3 a.m. Good! How dare you sleep on my dime till noon? Wake up. Taken to a holding cell and wait 4 hours. Good! How dare you entertain yourself on my dime? Wake up and go stare at the wall. Yeah, and then taken to the courthouse and put another holding. Good! Good! For however many hours until court time for only 5-10 minutes in front of the judge. Good! Says anything at all. Then taken to another holding cell for however long. Perfect. Perfect. Transported back to another holding cell. Perfect. Wait however long, then taken to another holding cell. Perfect. Then back to our dorm. Most court dates are court days, spanning between 8-14 hours for little to no time to speak. It's important to me, to us, that we matter. Hence my letters. What will be said for this one? I wonder. Good. Let me explain something to you very closely. This man in your suitcase wish he was in your place, Sarah Boone. Because let me tell you something right now. I always thought the inmates were having a good old time. Please, they don't have to feed themselves. They have air conditioning, heater. And if you don't, good. Oh, I cursed. Oh, I have to edit that. Oh my God. Okay, fine, I'll beep it. Food, security, TV. Are you insane? Do you know how hard I work? Do you know how hard you work? Do you know how much taxes we pay? Do you know how difficult this life is? Some people don't have a bowl to piss in. Some people don't even have coffee to drink. And you have the audacity to complain that you are staring at a wall and not doing anything all day. You should have thought of that before you did this. Are you guys all insane? I don't know what's going on here. What is happening here? Like I'm talking to the fans of Sarah Boone. Really? 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 I don't want to hear any of that, inmates. I don't want to hear any of your freaking complaints. None of it. I'll tell you a story, and maybe you'll understand why I'm coming out of anger. A very long time ago, there was a guy, me, Alistair. Okay, I went to school. I paid for my schooling myself at 19 years old. I got a job and I worked like a dog. Do you know what else happened? There was moments when I went to school. Of course, I partied like an animal. Please, I'm a 19-year-old guy in New York City. But do you know what else? Do you know what else? I had no money to pay my rent and to feed myself. I was like literally like on the verge of homelessness. Oh, Sarah. Oh, look at that, Sarah. At least you had a place to sit and feel secure and feel safe. While I had to work my butt off with all this stress to pay off my rent and feed myself while going to school and partying like partying. Of course I party. I'm a young kid. Of course I partied. Please. But it doesn't minimize the fact that I struggled. There was a point in my life where I only had, after I paid all my bills, the first one was rent. The second one was, oh God. The first one was rent. The second one was stuff school related. And I had $1 left. $1 left for the whole month. $1. What you do with $1? I had $1 left for the whole month. You know what I did? There was this store downstairs for 50 cents. You get a pack of yogurt, and 50 cents you get a pack of nuts. That was my food for a month. Sarah, I'm not a criminal. I'm a hardworking man. So when I sit here and I look at you complaining that you're staying on the wall all day, it makes me so angry. So angry. Because there are some good people out there. I was good. Who need help. And they don't sit here and complain like your stupid self. I will never forget those days. Never forget those days. Please. You know, oh God, the time. Yeah. No, my mom couldn't help me out. My dad couldn't help me out. Do you want to know why? My parents couldn't help me out because they had no idea that I was going through this struggle. Do you want to know why? Because they wanted nothing to do with me. Oh yes, I told you I self-raised myself. Please, you think I got here on my back? I didn't. Although I wished. It would be so much easier. Please, someone rich, marry me. No, I got here on my head, my brain. Okay? Stupid and hard work. Sitting here complaining you got nothing. My God. Can we take away some of their privileges? I think he needs to be on the floor. Matter of fact, nothing will happen to you if you sleep on the floor. I think those nice little cushion. What is that? What is that? On the floor. I'm over this letter. I really am. Please, let's go to my final thought. I can care less about this woman. The reason why this letter was very difficult for me to make, it's because something clicked in my head. Here's what clicked. Sarah Boone was talking to us the entire time. I understand that now. Go back to this video that we saw. Horrendous video. Absolutely horrendous. Someone is dead while she was laughing and cursing at him while drinking. And then she assaulted him while he was still alive in the suitcase. Sarah Boone fans, digest that. Then, she has the audacity to get on the stupid computer and address us? That is unfair? I've told you many times that I don't have any narcissists in my life. I really don't. I really don't. I'm sensitive to them. I am sensitive to them. And I'm not nice to them. The way I react today is how I react. It's how we react in person. Oh, no. I told you, I'm not that nice to them. They run away from me. My brain connected a dot. And connecting that dot, that Sarah Boone was deliberately being inconsiderate to someone that she alleged murdered. Deliberately. Like she done it on purpose. Not her condition. Narcissists have a condition. It's not her condition. She deliberately does not. Deliberately. I can't co-sign on that. I can't because I want nothing. I'm not interested. I want nothing to do with that. People like that don't deserve an ounce of your niceness. So as I'm reading this, as my brain is processing the fact that she's just sitting here complaining as if we care. Do you care that her attorney doesn't give a crap about her? If you do, fine. You can read the letter yourself. I read, like, who cares? Who cares? The entertainment was based on the fact that we thought she was addressing the attorney and the judge. That was funny. It's not funny we're addressing us. Like, leave us out of this. What do we have to do with this, Sarah Boone? You did the situation. We don't care if they don't like you. If Derek Bruce came tomorrow and be like, nobody liked me, did we care? Matter of fact, Derek Brooke went on the TV and said that we are making fun of him online. We didn't care. What should we care for her? Hey, Sarah Boone fan, you didn't care when Derek Brooke was complaining. What do you care for her? Have several seats. Please, sit down. Until someone explains to me. If you're a Sarah Boone fan, explain to me what I just talked to you about. Fine. Oh my God, she was drunk. She was threatened. Oh my God, she was so afraid for her life. So she zipped him up in a suitcase, and then she punched him in a suitcase, allegedly, pummeled him in a suitcase, allegedly, tumbled down the stairs. That's not alleged. And then she went to sleep while she was laughing and cursing. Explain that to me. Yeah. Explain how she's not responsible for that. Yeah, come on, put your brain cells together. Call your girls. Write a nice sentence in here that I can read. Explain it to me. Yes, explain it to me. Oh, yeah. Because, you're so enlightened. It's not even that difficult. It's not even that hard. I mean, Sarah Boone acts like her case is difficult. Honey, please have several seats. There are much more complicated cases. Yeah. And then, newsflash, that first attorney is not going to give you your crap. You haven't paid him. Have you paid him? If you haven't paid him, you're not entitled to the documents. And no courts is going to force that. Yeah, you have to pay your attorneys. Please. Look. Whatever. Let's go to my Let's Talk. I'm done with this woman. I'm done with your girl. If you're new to the Let's Talk, this is where I let my hair down, my jacket down, relax, and I talk to you a little bit more. Look, listen. Sarah Boone fans, I got something for you. Listen to me. Yeah. Oh, wait. Please. No. I'm going to the beach after. Yeah, I'm going to the beach with my baby and my husband. Yeah. No, I just buttoned up so, your nice people don't have to be so offended. But no, in real life, that's how I am. Yeah, I'm going to the beach. Please, I work out. I work out not to hide it under a burqa. No. So, after this, I'm going to the beach with the baby. Oh my God. First time at the beach. We'll see how she's going to like it. I can't get turned up, so it's coffee. And it's a beautiful day here. And then I'll come back and edit. And then I'll schedule this post. And then, what else are we doing today? No, it's just the beach. Today's family day at the beach. We got the food ready. Anyway. Oh, story? Story? My brain tells me I have a story to tell you. I didn't write it down in the notes. Oh my God. Anyway. Yeah, I was very annoyed today. Look, it's not that hard to make me upset. I told you I have a temper. When we first met, when I told you the story, if you haven't, check it out, about my narcissist father, how we survived. I have a temper. I have his temper. I am his son, after all. You know? I have a temper. I have great control over it. I never put my hands on someone, but you best believe I will yell. Yeah, and then I'm French. Please, have you met a French person? Have you met a European who's composed all the time? No! This is how we talk! And we're friends. I disagree with my friends a lot all the time. And I shout all the time. Yeah, of course. Yeah, just because we're friends, I'm not agree with you on everything. And don't agree with everything I say. And just because you disagree doesn't mean that I don't like you any less. I told you 3 things that will make me not like you. If you're a murderer, if you cheat on your spouse, and if you don't pay your taxes. Everything else is whatever. Yeah, sure. You want to do a nude beach? Oh! Did I tell you that story already? I'm not sure. But I want a nude beach. Oh my God. Come on. Don't be such prudes. Yes, I've done nude beaches before. Please. It's not what you think. No, there's no orgies. None of that. It's great. Listen, I'll tell you how it works. So, it's just enjoying the free-flowingness. That's it. There's no touching. There's no funneling. There's obviously looking. But no, it's not what you think. It's not what you think. It's not perverted as you might think. It might seem perverted because you're like, what? They're nude? Not at all. And there's not people walking around with erections. Of course, maybe it may happen, but it's not what you think. So this is how you do it. And, you come in. First, you come in clothed. You arrive. You undress. You set up your situation. And, and you get nude. And you lay down, enjoy the breeze. You converse. You talk. All in the nude. You go dipped in the water, you come back out, and when you're done, you get dressed. Yeah. Yeah. Are you surprised? No, I've done new beaches. It's something I've actually done less. I've done less of since I got married. I would never forget the moment where I was faced. I worked so hard and I only $1 left. And I was like, well, Alistair, you have to pay the rent. You need a roof over your head. Food, sure, you can live with that food for a couple months. Yeah, I paid the rent. And this entire time I was so hungry. And I remember I was like, okay, well, Alistair, you need to find a solution. This is not acceptable. Figure it out. And I figured it out. I'm tough. I'm a tough broad, I was going to say. I'm a tough broad. I'm tough. But I've been through a lot. I say to you guys all the time, I've been through a lot. I think some of you might not believe me. You name one thing, I've been through it. The only thing I haven't been through, because common, I've never been sexually assaulted all the way. That's the only thing I've been through in terms of like the other stuff, like groped and fondled without my consent. And drugged. Yeah, I have. Of course. Happened to me, yeah. Yeah. I told you, my friends, we escaped being trafficked. Yeah, the only thing I didn't go through is being sexually assaulted all the way. Although it almost happened. And the way I escaped that, I don't think I told you this story. The way I escaped it was, so I knew I was something was slipped into me. It's because I was not acting correct. And I knew it was getting progressively worse. Because I was like, okay, I feel way too tired, way too sleepy, way too quickly. And he was acting a little more aggressive as the seconds came around. Because I was like, in my mind, I was like, I'll just take a nap. I'm tired. But no, he was not interested for a nap. And he was not taking no for an answer. So I had some brain cells left. And I remember when stuff starting to get like blurry and not blurry, like fuzzy but not fuzzy. Like I was like, oh my god, I've been drugged. Yes, I said to him, first of all, I pretended not to be affected. So I was like, okay, act normal. And so what I did is that I leaned into his craziness. What do I mean by that? So I was like, okay, yeah, is that what you like? Like I went along with it to make him comfortable. And I went along with it. But wait, not all the way. I don't have to clarify that. Like I was like laughing, giggling, and I was into it. And then right as I saw myself losing the ability to pretend like I was okay, because I was progressively getting worse and worse and worse and worse, I said to him like, oh my God, this is what I said, verbatim. Oh my God, I have to show you something, but I'll be right back. I have to show you something. You're going to love it. And it's going to be great for what we're going to do later. Yeah. He's like, what is it? I was like, no. Just hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. And I got up. And the bathroom was on his side of the exit door. And I was walking, and I was like, I can't wait to try it with you. As I'm walking away, please. And then as I opened, because he thought I was going to the bathroom, as I opened the main door, he's like, oh, wait, where are you going? I was like, no. I left it downstairs. And then he blinked a little bit, because, please, how do you leave it downstairs? It was a doorman situation. We came into, I don't know why he believed me. And then he asked, what did you leave downstairs? I was like, I'll show you. I slipped it with the doorman. He believed me. I was like, I'll be right back. Honey, this is what happened. I took the stairs and I went upstairs. I didn't go down because I didn't have any more strength. I was just losing. I didn't have any more strength. I went up. And then it's in one of those buildings with different stairs. I went up as much as I could. And then I left the because it's one of those buildings with staircases on both sides of the hallway. So I went up the stairs on that side. I exited the building, the stairs. I went to the opposite side of the stair. And then I went up again. And, in those buildings, you have a utility closet. So I went up, I exit that, and I went to the first utility closet I could. And then that's where I passed out. I woke up the next morning. Yeah, it was afternoon. I woke up the afternoon and I was like, oh my God. Yeah, please. But welcome to my stories. I told you I've been through everything except sexual assault all the way. So I got a lot of stories. I can relate to a lot of things. So when Miss Sarah Boone is like, oh my God, I just stared at the wall. Yeah. And none of those times made me become a criminal. Sarah Boone fans, none of those times. Okay? None of my traumas and difficulties made me go, I'm going to be a criminal. Okay? Anyway, I'm tired. I gotta go to the beach. I'm gonna go to enjoy the beach. Bye, 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 bye. And I got to edit. Oh God, I talked way too much. I love you for watching. See you